the first time we met, we both worked at Wayne's Guards, which is a grocery store. And I was a checker, he was a bagger, and I felt like he never talked to me. He'll say it different.
So like for me, it was more just like a general thing. Like I really enjoyed being with her. Spending time with her was easy. It was fun. She like quickly became my new best friend.
As time went on, he told me he liked me, and I kind of was just like, oh, like, no, like I was kind of fighting my feelings. I was like, no, we'll just stay friends, you know, and he was like, well, let me take you on a date. And I was like, well, yeah, we can go get dinner.
I do remember, going on our first date, and I do remember her like being really apprehensive to actually going on a date and calling it a date. She was always down to hang out, and she was always there to have a good time and have fun, but she was really, really apprehensive to actually go on anything that was labeled a date.
I went on a girls' trip to California. I would text him all the time, and there was one night we went to the hot tub at the hotel, and I was texting him, and I just I felt like I would just rather be with him. I was like, and my friends, they were actually just asking me like, you like him, you know, like you like him, it's okay, you can admit it, you can like him. And I was like, no, and then I was like, okay, Katie, yeah, you do, it's okay. And so we went to the airport, we were on our way home, and I bought him like little shot glass of where I was at, and we got home, I got in my car, and I went right to his house, and I was like, here's a present. And I was like, and you can take me on that date. So he took me on the date, and it just kind of went from there.
But I do remember, you know, when she finally did say yes, that I felt like there was some pressure on, and that like I had to actually make it something more than just like us, what we had been doing, which was just hanging out and being friends. And it seems like from that point, like there was never any like difficulty moving from being just friends to dating.
I hope you find what you're looking for, so your heart is warm forevermore.
One thing that I learned through like 4 years of dating Katie before looking at rings was that she was totally adamant that she didn't want anything to do whatsoever with looking at rings, being asked about rings, even giving like opinions about rings, sizing, anything. She wanted nothing to do, no hints, no nothing about anything ring related.
So I absolutely love surprises, and I wanted, you know, nothing to do with like anything about the ring, like picking out a ring, knowing like when he was gonna propose, like nothing, absolutely nothing. All I told him was I don't care what I wear. I wanted him to pick out something that he wanted me to wear.
So I had been training for a Spartan race, so it wasn't abnormal for me to be going trail running or being in the mountains doing that type of stuff after the gym every day. And I had kind of set it up to where like I'd been complaining to her all weekend how sore I was and how tired I was and all that. And so Monday came around and she was at work, and I remember texting with her, and I was just like, look, like I'm too sore to go run tonight. Like I just need to get a heavy pack, and I'm just gonna go on a really long hike and make it steep and just do that, and that'll be easier for me. She's like, okay, that's a good idea. And I was like, well, do you want to come? Like, I mean, I'm not going to run. It's probably just going to be easy. So we'll just, you know, make it a date night out of it. She was like, okay, yeah, that'll work. So we make a fire, get some food. We're eating. Sun went down, gets dark. So it's just black, the city lights down there. We got this cool fire going with like a rock wall that's like radiating the heat back to us. And it was cool. And she's laying there on me, and she's just kind of like falling asleep a little bit. And I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna grab our headlamps out so that, you know, when we're ready, we can go. And I reached in the bag and I grabbed the ring, and I'm like, all right, how do I do this? Like, she's almost asleep. I'm like, I gotta do it tonight because I already talked to her dad and he's expecting us and it's getting late. And so I had the bright idea of just like opening up the ring box, setting the ring by the fire, and then, you know, in my mind, she's gonna look up and see this ring glowing in the flames, and it's gonna be gorgeous and beautiful. And so I set it there, and then I lean over and I kiss her on the forehead, and I tell her that I love her, and I say, will you marry me? And her eyes pop open, and she says, what? And I'm just kind of sitting there, and I'm like, just silent. I'm like, that wasn't what I was expecting. And then she's like, really? Are you serious? And I'm just sitting there in dead silence, and I'm fine. And then she like sees something by the fire, and it's not glowing because the shadow of the box is covering the ring. And she's like, what is that? And I'm like, a ring? And she's like, are you serious? And I'm like, a yes or no? Like, yes or no? And she's like, well, yes.
Why I love him is because he is so good to me. Like, I can't even open up a car door. I don't even know if I know how anymore because he always has it for me.
I feel like I love Katie just because of the person that she is. I mean, she has such strong ambition, and when she sets her mind to something, I mean, she does it. And that's extremely attractive to me.
Where we're going, these dreams we're holding. Oh, and now we know it. All the world is ours to take. You and me will find a way. Oh, the wonder that awaits. Here we are, forever starts today.
He always like puts me first. He does, like with everything. Like it doesn't matter what he has going on in life. Like if I need something right then and there, he's done it, and like I don't have to worry about it. You know, he's so genuine, and that smile is just so contagious, huh?
I love that she's such an unselfish person. She's always willing to put herself above others. She's always been willing to let me be myself, and she's loved me for myself for a really long time. And I really love that about her.
And we just have fun, you know, like we can sit and laugh, and you know, we don't really like argue a lot. Like we're both like, we have our opinions, but like that's who he is and that's who I am, and like we accept that. Like we both have our hobbies. Like he likes golfing and hunting and that, where I like my things, you know, like the gym, I like going biking. Like we have our separate things, but like we can come home and we can talk together, you know, like tell us, you know, how our day was or what we did, you know what I mean? Like just kind of, we're separate but we're together.
I love that I'm always able to have fun with her. I'm able to just talk and be myself, and I think she's able to do the same thing with me. She's a loyal friend. She's always fun to be around, and she just has the personality and the characteristic traits that I feel like are really rare to find in a beautiful person like Katie, and that's what I love about her.
And there's no pressure. It's just us. Like I am who I am, he is who he is, and we connect, and it's special.